Hello everyone, so my video is a little bit grainier today, of course, because I'm inside and it's dark out and I'm just using the normal light lamp. I have my helper here, essentially just banging my phone on the floor, but that's fine. So how did all of last week go? I would say it had its ups and downs, let's just say that. So in terms of the manifestation challenge set, I think it definitely had a huge effect. So I even ended up doing something that Katherine Zenkina recommended in her podcast, which is so in order to train your brain to essentially trust you and that you trust your brain more, I started saying, so for example, let's say I'm already doing my workout and I'm on 50 minutes, let's say, and then I'll say at this point, let's push for another hour so I can get the full hour of my workout, let's say. So it's a lot easier to just do these little steps. So essentially you're already out walking and you're saying to yourself, I'm gonna do 1,000 steps. So it's easier than kind of waking up in the morning and saying, I'm gonna do 1,000 steps, because essentially you have to get up, get ready, plan it throughout your day, whereas you're already doing it and then you're kind of you're just telling yourself, I'm doing this, and you're setting a very, very minor goal. So for example, I'm going to turn the light off. But that way it's just you're training your brain to get rid of all of these years of you saying, I'm gonna get up from 6 in the morning and exercise, and you don't do it, and then you kind of have this pattern of, well, what I say I'm gonna do, I don't do it. So it's like, what difference does it make? Like, I can just say anything, I can do anything. It's like it doesn't make a difference. So that's something that I think has helped me mentally throughout the week for sure. The next challenge that I'm going to put to myself is consistency. So because I don't believe that I will lose the weight because I'm not consistent enough. So what I'm going to do is every day I'm going to make sure to do my 30 minutes of exercise. And so I usually do anywhere between 60 and 80 minutes a day. So I'm going to use prompt up all of my recordings from my phone on the screen, from my watch on the screen, and then we can basically go through everything day by day. But so I'm setting it at 30 minutes because I feel like this is something very easy to follow when I'm already doing it. So I would say that if it's not something that you're doing consistently, then maybe don't do the 30-minute exercise. Do something simpler, like I'm gonna have a coffee every day. So that's something that I do anyway. I always have a coffee first thing, and then I have my breakfast around 11 maybe. Now I'm just gonna start with the 30 minutes exercise because again, I think it's something that I will be very easy for me to keep through it for the next week. And it's also of course related to my overall goal. Now in terms of the weight aspect, so I've lost 2 kilos over the last week. Now of course I think also as soon as you change, so I'm not expecting this to be my ratio, let's say, but as soon as you basically start making better food choices, your system clears out. Now I'm not going to go into explanation as to what that means, but you lose weight, which was essentially just bloating and extra matter. So this was quite a good week, I would say. Now again, we've had some ups and downs. I think with everything, when you start, it's like your Monday and Tuesday, which are the 2 numbers on the screen now. Of course, they're very easy to follow because you're extremely motivated when you're first starting something. So food I was okay with as well. So I was doing essentially cook the breakfast, then I would usually just make, let's say, so on the Monday, for example, I made the pancakes which were recommended in the Coach Greg cookbook. Now, essentially, because I made about 8 pieces, so my partner had some of them as well, but I still had enough to have lunch from it as well. And then we all had dinner with the family together. So that was Monday. Tuesday was something similar. So I did like breakfast, and then I had some rice cakes with cheese topping for lunch, and then had dinner the same as what everyone else was having, but just I was keeping a mind out for my portions. So I'll try to eat maybe like 2/3 of what I would normally eat. So yeah, I'm just trying to be mindful of that. Now on Thursday, I think it was probably my worst day. Essentially because we had guests coming over, so I ended up not doing any workouts. I did maybe 3,000 steps throughout the day, just up and down the house, which was very bad. And also I ended up having a few glasses of wine. So Thursday was a complete disaster. So I didn't eat a lot, to be fair, throughout the day. But no exercise and drinking. Thursday was a bad day. Now on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we went on a lovely road trip around the south of France. So we went to Nice, we went to Monaco, Marseille, and we also did a stop in Grasse and got some perfumes. So I think for me personally, road trips are, I know for some people they're really bad for keeping to your diet and your exercise goals. I find it like really easy because I really enjoy walking. So we went for long walks around the towns. Oh, and I forgot to say this, on the Wednesday as well, we went on a very nice on a very nice hike around Le Beau. So I have some pictures from there as well. So that was my Wednesday exercise, was I did my exercises, but we also went on this really, really nice hike. So that added a lot of steps to my daily goal. Now, anyway, back to the weekend. Now, over the weekend, so this is my Friday results, and these are my Saturday results from my walking. Again, like I said, we didn't do any exercises, I was walking, but because we were also traveling, and I don't know if any of you have kids, but traveling with the baby is essentially completely different to traveling on your own. And whereas when I was single or with my partner when we were younger and childless, it's you go to a lot of restaurants, you go to bars, and you sleep in. With a baby, of course, it's not an option, so we didn't really get a chance to like sit in and eat at rainy restaurants, which was great, obviously, for my challenge as well. We would get some coffees and a small pastry for breakfast, and then we would have dinner. So we ended up having dinner just in our room, essentially, on the Saturday. So I'm not too, obviously eating wasn't too bad, even though it wasn't anything home cooked and it wasn't anything necessarily to a particular diet. We would just end up like eating on the go and small portions, so that was absolutely fine. Now again, because I really do enjoy walking, it's something that even with my friends before, so when we went on a trip to Italy, we ended up doing with my friend like 35 kilometers in one day, which is completely amazing. I mean, I don't know how we did it. But again, so I really do enjoy that, and I think it's a very good way to incorporate weight loss into your journey, because essentially I don't even think about what I'm eating or how I look. I'm just out there and I'm having fun. And especially just in Monaco, for example, just the vibrations, you have this beautiful architecture, and I think that when you're trying to cultivate some of the beauty for yourself. For example, I think the world around you, it's very important. So for example, we also went to the aquarium in Monaco, and I am very geeky, and I have always been very geeky when it comes to animals and dinosaurs. And so for me, it was almost, I feel like, so stimulating to learn new things, to be in this environment of learning and seeing all of the animals. And so I genuinely had a really, really great time. And I feel like for my manifestation part of my journey and for my mind part of the journey, things like this, they're so important, to just keep you positive and keep you motivated. Now, as a hack, when I'm doing my jumping and my skip rope, I would put on the Ultimatum France, which I know it's a very controversial show and it's reality TV, but I find it very easy for me to watch whilst I'm exercising. And so I really, really do enjoy that. Now, it was very interesting actually in terms of, again, speaking of the manifestation side of things. So all of the manifestation coaches, they always say, for example, that your subconscious cannot tell the difference between what's already happened and what's actually happened, what's, let's say, what you want to happen. And so it's a way to essentially train your brain. Oh no, this is not good. My poor phone. The baby's been banging it against the floor. And so it's really interesting because on the way back to our journey from Nice, I was reading in the car from the American Science Journal, and they were explaining essentially about that it's very similar patterns, exactly the same patterns in your brain when you're remembering things or where you're thinking of the future, but in places that you have been. So, for example, if your dream is to have a certain car, then it's very good if you go and test drive this car, because then your brain, when you think about it next time as the future of I want A, B, and C, then your brain can think, oh, this is what we're looking forward to. Yeah, we've already been there. We're getting there again. That's absolutely fine. So you're essentially just training your subconscious that way. And so I think with traveling as well. So let's say if like with Monaco, I think it's so beautiful and I really liked it. But I think that dreaming of going there and going there is it's two different things. So you should absolutely try to be as close to where you want to be tomorrow, today, essentially. And I think that 100% applies to, let's say, the journey that I'm on at the moment. Because I'm I think I'm the type of person who is very in tune with her environment. And so just being in these beautiful locations and seeing the beautiful people, I feel like I'm taking this energy in. So yeah, this is my quick update from this week, and we'll continue in the exact same way the next week.